Welcome to America First Field for some MLS Next Pro action. Real Monarchs taking on Vancouver Whitecaps 2 in the Western Conference. James Hadnot here with you. Thank you so much for joining me on onefootball.com and MLSNextPro.com. Real Monarchs back after 3 matches on the road, and they found some points at the death last time out versus LAFC, earning 2 after being down by a goal in the 90th +5. So Real Monarchs are happy to earn some points against the top side. And for Vancouver, they're experiencing some of their best playing of the season. For Vancouver, they've won 2 of their last 3 matches. They're in great form, and Coach Rich Fagan believes that they could find something more on the road tonight versus Real Monarchs. Let's take a look at the Real Monarchs lineup. They make one change as Luka Moisa goes to the bench. Izzy Amparo is going to start today. He signed with the second team back in 2023. He also scored versus Vancouver and had an assist. And the last time these two teams met, it was Real Monarchs who got the win earlier this season on 2 occasions. And so Vancouver trying not to be swept tonight by Real Monarchs. And now we take a look at the Whitecaps lineup. They make a couple of changes as Prince Mponsa and Cristiano Bruletti not available for selection today. And so in the 11, Yaider Zuluaga and Manav Badwal both will be in the 11 today. And you have to watch out for Daniel Echecheria. He has scored multiple goals over the last 3 matches. He had 2 last time out in the win versus Ventura County, had a goal in the victory versus San Jose, and he is going to be looking to get on the score sheet again versus Real Monarchs. Well, we're moments away from this matchup between Vancouver and Real Monarchs, a member of the RSL organization. Our referee tonight is Robert Vince. And when I talk with Coach Mark Lowry, the head man for Real Monarchs, he often talks about the opportunity to play in this stadium. Zions Bank Stadium is the main home field for the second team. This, the home field for the first team. And so it's always an occasion when his young men can play on this field. They can see their jerseys in that first team locker room. And it's a part of really the overarching idea for Real Monarchs, as they're a blue-collar team. They're not going to get outworked, and they're not going to overlook an opportunity. That's how Coach Lowry wants his team to not only address the opportunity to play, but also go about every single training session, every single opportunity to step on the field, have to not overlook the opportunity and to take hold of the occasion. And for Vancouver Whitecaps and Coach Rich Fagan, I talked to him prior to the match versus San Jose, in which they were victorious, came from behind versus the Earthquakes. And Coach Fagan said that prior to that match, he felt like the team was about to turn the corner, that they had some really good performances leading up to that match, and we're looking to snap a winless streak. It was 9 straight. They had losses in 7 of 8 before taking down San Jose back on June 17th, and now they are winners of 2 of their last 3 and trying to take down Real Monarchs. Robert Vince takes a look at the watch, blows his whistle, and we begin from America First Field in Sandy, Utah. It's Real Monarchs taking on Vancouver Whitecaps 2 in the Western Conference. James Hadnot here with you. Thank you so much for joining me. Immediately a header over the top, and we'll roll all the way to the goalkeeper, Max Kirkvliet. Back in goal for Real Monarchs. And this Monarch side, one that loves to play in transition. And so how can they attack early and often? That's what Coach Lowry wants from his team. Mentioned that the road trip they had to play differently. Those matches on the road, when you're trying to secure points, sometimes you play a little more cagey, but he wants his team to be aggressive from the jump today versus Vancouver. Called it a must-win. Right now, Real Monarchs currently 9th in the Western Conference. 17 matches played, sitting on 23 points, and so do not want to fall farther down the Western Conference table as we move to the second half of this MLS Next Pro season. Itachiedia was offside. He turned and pretty much knew he was offside because he didn't even take any steps forward after receiving the pass. This ball nudged along. Another offside, this time on Real Monarchs. And so both sides trying to play over the top, play direct. Itachiedia on his horse. He'll get to this. Liam O'Gara does just enough, and it'll be a goal kick. You see Vancouver high pressing. Gonna force Kirkfleet to make good decisions. Slipping down and falling there was Ewald. And now Rogers under some duress. He plays it towards Real Monarchs. Neither side can really grab holds of possession right now. Deo, Garnett. And now jumping up and walking a little gingerly is Carson Rassick, the Langley, British Columbia native. He's going to try to walk it off, but you can see 61 in white kind of hobbling there. That'll be something to watch. Rivera. The captain, Calderon. This ball does not squirt through. And now control for Sahil Deo, the Canadian Youth International. Right. Now Itachiedia is pushed down. He has that ability to track back and be a part of the build and hold up play. It's one thing that makes him so good. He is one of the main scoring options, and this ball is in his path. Itachiedia in the area trying to pick out a pass, and a necessary intervention made by Gio Calderon. Played in 20 matches last year. Played prior at Cal State Fullerton. First corner for either side as we near 5 minutes gone. Vancouver has the opportunity on the road to strike first. Ball comes in tight and then headed along by Real Monarchs. There's a foul. And so Ewald, who is tracking back defensively to help things out for the corner. He's the one that took the contact. Coach Mark Lowry was very complimentary of Ewald, who's now playing in an advanced position as a makeshift number 9. Both strikers for Real Monarchs not available for different reasons. Very sad to say that Van Parker is out for the season with a knee injury. On the positive end, Lineker Rodriguez dos Santos is with the first team based on his play recently. And so Ewald has had to take on a new position, some because of his profile. Can he produce from that position today? Trevor Wright. Almost a turnover. Wright showing his comfortability despite the harassment. Itchecheria utilizing his frame to earn possession. And that is sent out. Real Monarchs throw upcoming. Mentioned that the 9th in the Western Conference. Right now, Vancouver currently sitting in 12th out of 14 teams in the West, but they're 17 points. Not far off from striking distance, especially if they could come out with all 3 points on the road today. This is why these matches, as we start to get into the thick of this regular season, this is when teams could start to take holds of playoff position and when teams start to fall off. Turnover. Ball's dumped in, but over. Itchecheria showing some frustration as he was hoping that ball was played in with a little more quality. It is Vancouver with their press that is difficult for Real Monarchs early on. Monarchs really have not been able to play with the ball. This is Owen Anderson. Barea. Anderson. Owen Anderson on his right, and it's comfortable in the end for Sam Rogers. But Owen Anderson burst onto the scene a couple of years ago. Real Monarchs missed out on the playoffs in 2024, but that's when Anderson started to really announce himself as a prospect in this RSL organization. There were matches that he was winning as a 17-year-old on his own. Itchecheria timed his run well, but the ball was just too far out in front. So as the Monarchs aggressively and bring their back line closer to midfield in the attack, Vancouver is going to look to play on the counter. Coach Rich Fake, transition is going to be the key to this match, both in the attacking phase and the defending phase. Real Monarchs is best when they are playing in transition. There's a foul near midfield. And so for Vancouver, not want his side to allow Real Monarchs to get into a rhythm. That's where the press comes in. That's where closing down the space comes in. And then when things start to get frisky, how does his team respond? 10 minutes gone, no score between Vancouver and Real Monarchs. Only Vancouver has had a corner. We just saw the shot from Owen Anderson right into the path of Sam Rogers. Nice little touch from Anderson now, but he is deemed offside. Ball is back in play. But Ayep trying to dig this out. There'll be a throw in. Vancouver. And not all wins are alike. But if you're Vancouver and you take down two of the top teams in the Western Conference in the likes of San Jose and Ventura County, confidence. Scoring 3 goals on both of those teams definitely gives you confidence. San Jose consistently the top teams in the league when it comes to least goals allowed. And Vancouver put 3 on the Quakes. Right now looking for their first against Real Monarchs. This is Garnett. Deo. And Rivera just ushers this ball out. This portion of the match is brought to you by Zions Bank, the official bank of Real Monarchs. 13th minute, no score. Real Monarchs looking for their 3rd straight win against Vancouver here this season. It would be a sweep. This is the 3rd of their 3 meetings. We just mentioned the number 3 in regards to goals for Vancouver. Real Monarchs has scored 3 goals in both meetings with the Whitecaps this season. A 3-2 victory for Real Monarchs. So after 15 minutes or so, we'll see. We've seen Vancouver now backing off a bit as we near the 15 minutes. Omar Marquez had the game winner, or rather game goal. Last kick of the match versus LAFC. Send his team to penalties during the extra point. So now Kevin Podgorny needing some extra time to get back to his feet. Podgorny played FC in the Canadian Premier League. Long, direct ball. Tracked down. Ichicheria sends this ball forward, and now Vancouver has a chance to attack. Pulled back. It was Umatuji who had the entry. Still with Vancouver. Carson Rasick maneuvers through a couple of defenders and keeps possession for the Caps. Good movement here as Ichicheria skies this shot. It was Carson Rasick, had a man on his shoulder. Just good move. Open himself up and find Ichicheria. Daniel Ichicheria would love to do better there. Put one on frame. Force a save from Max Kirkfleet. Anderson again, outside of the boot. Cannot connect with Ewald. Felix Ewald, who played for Union Berlin Academy United, then decided to come to college in the States. Played at Mississippi College in Division I at Temple in West Virginia. Kirk Vliet, Pagorni of Vancouver, making things more difficult. Badea, now this is controlled and worked back. Marquez plays into Anderson.
I was just nearly pointing that out.
And again, zips this ball across the box. And it passes three different teammates. After a little bit of a shove, Vancouver is in possession. It loses possession. Slip forward to Barea. And Barea is aggressively shoved off the ball. It's good defending. The 1-2 into Ichicheria. Can't work it along past the for Real Monarchs. Gio Calderon. And that was a necessary intervention from Calderon. 18th minute now. No score between Vancouver, but it feels like the match is starting to open up. Coach Lowry wanted his but the defending and really just the mentality from Vancouver hasn't really allowed for the Monarchs to get going. We talked about Coach Fagan. He didn't want this Monarch side to get into a rhythm, and his team underneath the waters when it comes to that rhythm. But this ball is beautifully played to Barea. Flag has stayed down, so Barea ushers it along. Ewald controls, tries to backheel it. And Sahil Deo takes the worst of it from his goalkeeper, Sam Rogers. As this drops to Ewald, who's trying to put it on a platter for Anderson, but could not. And Sahil Deo is still down. So Deo, the 18-year-old, represented Canada at the U17 World Cup and is a former MLS Next All-Star. Pain right now. He has both hands on his head, and the training staff already calling in need of a replacement. And so working on that left foot there, that left ankle area, and Deo writhing in pain. He's signed his contract through 2027. He is a Canadian Youth International. And here again, oh, you see there, just Rogers, all of his body weight falling on the ankle. And our referee, Robert Vince, motioning like there might be need for a cart or something to help Deo off the field, which is just the worst possible scenario for a young budding player.
They actually were dancing around during the national
Just all of Rogers' body weight. He doesn't know anything about it. His teammate coming behind him. The substitution will be made as Deo cannot continue, and he will be lifted off the field by the training staff. Gives a chance to really talk highly about these trainers, the medical, their importance, because we always come to see a game, to see a competitive match, but when injuries like this arise, you have to have the professionals. And so a lot of applause coming for shift that he was put in before his injury. And we wish him well as he gets back. Charlie Rogers has now come on here in this first half. In the 23rd minute, we're about to restart play. So Rogers. Ball sent long, and this should be a foul. And we'll see if it's more than yellow card offense. So a free kick, 24th minute of action. A chance to take the lead on the road. Ball bouncing in the area. Still free. Now it's cleared away. It was a good ball put in. Just a lot of traffic in and around the 6-yard box. Now controlled by Carson Rasick. But Gorney was trying to give chase, and now a chance to play in transition for Real Monarchs. Numbers racing behind the ball for Vancouver. So the transition opportunity slowing. But now along. This ball's pulled back to Berea.
Why are you doing that?
Now it feels like Real Monarchs are starting to grab hold of the match. A turn from E into Anderson. Owen Anderson pulls this back, but it does not find a target. Clearance not completely clear. And the screw. Real Monarchs putting real pressure on now. Riquelme. Marquez. Long shot is blocked away. Riquelme had the effort. Now Berea. Oh! Would have been phenomenal had it found the back of the net. This ball pops a shot in, and that was not far off from that top corner. And now these are the moments, if you're Vancouver, how do you manage Walls are feeling like they are closing in. Omar Marquez receives the ball here. Calderon. Marquez, one-touch passing. This is opening things up potentially. Poor ball out wide. Yeah. Can't keep possession. And now it just seems like Real Monarchs are dominating the ball right now. Vancouver has not been able to find something in the attack. Ball towards Ewald. Barea over the top. And Garnett was there as Sam Rogers came out to clear. But this is the rhythm that Coach Rich Fagan did not want to see. This portion of the match is presented by Intermountain Health, the power of we. 28th minute, and Real Monarchs start late. No score between themselves and Vancouver, but this last 5 minutes has been all Monarchs. They're starting to find the openings in this Whitecaps defense. Already this season, they've scored 3 goals in both of those wins. Marquez loses possession. Echeria along towards Rasic. Shot! Scored! Vancouver takes the lead. Again, just a good idea here. Too much space, and the shot was perfectly placed. So Yadier Zuluaga with the goal. '26 Super Draft from Seattle. And Vancouver has taken the lead. Real Monarchs trying.
I want Switzerland to win, but I don't like floppers.
Rasic is dispossessed. Barea. Riquelme.
Wait, what did he do?
Now this ball is taken over by Anderson. That's going to be a foul and a free kick taken quickly. Shot by Barea is closed down. Anderson hands this up. Ewald was there, as well as Omar Marquez. Vancouver keeps the ball in play. And it's dumped long towards Daniel Echecheria. And who is this last off of? This last off of Echecheria. As now we will have our first hydration break. Well, Real Monarchs were starting to find their footing. They had grabbed the momentum, but it only takes a moment for Vancouver, as for the first time in 9 matches, Vancouver scores the first goal. They had conceded first in 8 straight matches. 2 of their wins were come from behind wins versus San Jose and Ventura County after conceding the first goal, but right now they are in front. And here is the goal as Iticheria played it along to Zuluaga, and he just crept into the area, picked out his spot, and it was pristine. Vancouver has taken the lead, and now Real Monarchs will have to come from behind at home. I mentioned that their coach wanted them to be on the front foot, wanted them to find the goals early. That has not happened, and so now they must recalibrate. The hydration break serving as an opportunity for both teams to go over tactics, to really discuss how they can attack the next, at this point, 12 minutes and change. If you are Real Monarchs, you like what you're starting to do in the midfield and in the attack, just have not been able to really put any pressure on Sam Rogers. And if you're Vancouver, you have suffered, you have taken on the pressure that's been put on by Real Monarchs, and you found your opportunity by creating something with your defending. So play resumes. Real Monarchs have a throw-in. This ball is won by Vancouver. The shot is saved by Max Kirkfleet. So Yuma Tuji put one on frame and forced a save out of Kirkfleet. Once again, it's off a turnover. Tuji, one touch, and he's letting it rip. So it's Tuji who will take the corner. He had the game-winning goal versus San Jose back on June 17th. Now he takes the corner to set things up for what might be a second goal. Elevated ball, bounces over everyone and out for a goal kick. This ball comes all the way back to Sam Rogers. Vancouver in front by a goal. Rogers sends this away. Now it rolls out. This portion of tonight's match is presented by America First, the official credit union of Real Salt Lake. America First has game-changing solutions for every financial need, so join the winning team today at americafirst.com. Emmanuel Matei goes into a different gear. Now something brewing for Vancouver. Tuji was the intended target. Pagorni can't get to it, and it will be a goal kick. Emmanuel Matei has the license to join the attack. And when he does, that really puts pressure on a back line because of his decision making and his quality. Rivera sauntering forward. Luis Rivera, who signed his homegrown deal back in January of 2023. Calderon. Barea booms this high into the air. This will stay in play. Trevor Wright goes back to his goalkeeper. And Sam Rogers plays it long. Calderon first to it. Now this is Barea. Riquelme. Marquez. Barea. Now Anderson's shot, again, right at the goalkeeper. You know what he's trying to do there. But Sam Rogers hasn't had to move left or right on the shots from Owen Anderson. But another opportunity created. Zuluaga just too far out in front of Daniel Echecheria. And Max Kirkfleet has to clear that into the stands. Less than 8 minutes remain in this first half. And Vancouver trying to make it 3 wins in their last 4 matches. But they've given the ball away here. Ewald earns his team a corner. So it looks like it will be Luis Rivera who will trot over to take the corner kick. Rivera, 35th homegrown in team history.
That's what I was just going to say.
Fires this ball in, headed along, and into the back of the net. Perfect service. It was put on a platter, and Felix Ewald gives Real Monarchs an equalizer. Ewald, the makeshift number 9, he looked like a pure striker there as he went up for it and nodded it on frame. Second goal of the season for Ewald. And Real Monarchs are on level terms. And they say that the most important time for a team is after they've conceded as well as after they scored that next 5 minutes. We only have 5 minutes remaining in this first half. So it's of even higher importance if either side could grab a lead here. How does Vancouver manage giving up the lead? I mentioned that they had not played from in front to start a match in 8 straight matches. Real Monarchs, their last match, came from behind to grab 2 points on the road. Matei loses possession. Marquez, good ball to Riquelme. Antonio Riquelme almost loses possession. Matei trying to keep it. And that is going to be a foul. And Mate's extracurricular kick going to give him a talking to from Robert Vincey. Izzy Amparo plays back to Omar Marquez, floating it forward, right to Owen Anderson. Marquez. Too far for his teammate Antonio Riquelme. Ewald, the goal scorer, can't keep possession. It's one back, however, and then a foul on Chance Cowell. +2 minutes plus added time. We'll have a couple of minutes of added time. We had the hydration break as well as the injury to Sahil Deo. So still some time remaining in this first half for sure. Omar Marquez is shoved down from behind by Carson Rasick. Another ball that's almost given away and is. Vancouver's going to feel like that was a clean challenge. And they should have a gripe. Izzy Amparo is still down. And you see the conversation. Trevor Wright, the captain, talking with our referee.
Outdoors making assumptions of how old Stacy is.
More conversations to be had. Carson Rasick receives a yellow card.
Did he give it to us?
So the former member of the Whitecaps Academy in his second season getting time with Whitecaps FC2 picks up the yellow card. And now we should have a good bit of added time to this first half. Marquez, a good ball into Barea, right along to Owen Anderson. This has been a matchup all day. Anderson trying to go by Mate. Mate using his strength, but Anderson still able to get it in. And then it's cleared away. This is last off of off of Real Monarchs, as the official word is 5 minutes of added time. So Rasick over the head of the goal scorer for Vancouver, Zuluaga. Anderson tries to slip this in between two players. Ewald can't get to it. He was the target. 1 minute of our minimum of 5 has come and gone. 1-1 the score. Vancouver scoring first. And Real Monarchs equalizing. Calderon first to that with Zuluaga coming in. And Kirkfleet, a miss hit. Vancouver with a quick throw in. Matei gliding in possession. Pagorni along to Matei. Matei into the area, pulls this back. Rastic can't strike it clean. Now it's flipped forward. And can Real Monarchs play in transition? Ewald watched by two. That was always going to be a difficult connection to make. This is turned over and then won back by Vancouver. Tuji is fouled. Rastic is shoved down by Rivera. Anderson. Rivera. Ewald. Berea. Owen Anderson into the area. Anderson on to his right is closed down by Matei. Emmanuel Matei is winning this battle right now between him and Owen Anderson. But it's always the tough part about defending. You have to be right every time, and the attacker has to be right just once. Amparo and Riquelme just not on the same page with Felix Ewald as we near the closing of this first half in our final minute of added time. Itchecheria, a little touch forward, but it's controlled by Chance Cow. Is there enough time for Real Monarchs? Matei, big turnover. Now Emmanuel Matei along to Zuluaga. Same spot as he scored his first. Tried to go with the left foot there. There's the end of the half. So it's Vancouver who strikes first. Real Monarchs who find an equalizer. And at the half, it is Real Monarchs 1 and Vancouver 1. Coming up in our halftime show, highlights in our weekend schedule. But after this break, a Pride Month story on the imports of soccer and community. We'll be right back.
They say the world's game is played everywhere. This is how we play it here. Every weekend across North America. From Vancouver's mountain rain to the shores of Florida. From the City of Angels to the Heartland. The world's brightest stars light up our fields.
Let's go.
And our fans bring the world to life. In every language, in every city. One game, one roar. Sold out nights under lights. New soccer citadels rising from coast to coast. Every chant, every goal, another brick in a growing relief. Now, the world's biggest stage comes to our home. And when they arrive, they'll find the game's heartbeat has been here all along.
Welcome back to Sandy, Utah. June was Pride Month, and we take you to Cincinnati and superfan Mark Brockman on how he and his soccer community found each other.
I'm Mark Brockman. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I'm an FC Cincinnati 2 supporter. I spend a lot of time paying attention to FC Cincinnati. The 2 team is ultimately just another outlet to get away and think about soccer for 90 minutes instead of whatever else is going on. I really enjoy the opportunity to come to the games, and the 2 team is so interesting because you can see young players and know, well, Andre Trilla debuted for this team last year at 16. Well, now he's starting for the first team, and he's one of the best ball progressors in the league. And you could have seen that last year at Scudamore. And I think that's a really cool experience, and I think there's something to be said for FCC fans who have never been to a 2 game. They don't know the highs and lows of MLS Next Pro, and there's nothing really like it to be around families and people, and you can hear everything on the field, and sometimes somebody's just going to rip a long shot, and it's going to go in, and the crowd's going to go wild, and you'll never see a replay, and you were there. You know, struggling with mental health and depression, it's really like a numbness and an apathy that gets to you. And for me, at least, it's what kind of ate away. I just didn't feel anything about anything. And FCC really provided me an outlet to feel again. And it was highs and lows and excitement and anger. And one of the first games I went to, we had a player allegedly bite somebody, and GB did not bite anybody. But you know, it's controversy and it's emotion, and it's getting back to feeling things, not just being numb to the world. I think Pride Month is about community, and it's really important for me growing up. I didn't necessarily always see representation out in front of me. So growing up, I knew I was different, but I didn't know if it was okay. And I think Pride Month gives you a really good opportunity to get out there and be loud and proud. And it gives the younger generation an opportunity to see people living their lives as gay people or queer people. I think if there was something I was going to tell a kid or myself when I was in the closet younger, it's probably the most important thing in your life is going to be loving yourself. And if you love you, you're going to find people who will love you too. I mean, people told me it gets better, and be yourself as a kid, and it always kind of sounds dumb and banal and cliche, but there really is something to be your authentic self, and you're gonna do what you're passionate about and engage in your hobbies and things you're passionate about, and you will find a community that you enjoy and that loves you for who you are. Ultimately, being yourself is going to be more rewarding than being anybody else wants you to be. And just don't be afraid, because ultimately none of it matters.
My name is Nathaniel James. You can call me Natty James. I'm a striker slash winger from Trinidad and Tobago. I grew up in a place called La Hocata, Rima. I grew up in the east side of the island. I started in a club nearby named FC Santa Rosa, and that's where I started playing football. My father, he saw that I had like my shoes were always dirty after school and stuff, and when I came home one day, I was like, I want to start to play football, and he was like, you want to start to play football? So my father was actually the one who started like carrying me out on the field, started passing, kicking, running, teaching me running techniques, everything. Then he got me into football because he used to play as well. After that, I just started playing, and I've been playing ever since. I was in Jablote, and I was playing youth football there. So at that time, I got selected for the under-50 national team. At the time, I was just so happy just to play and just to be around this environment, and I was just so excited for my future and what I could do, and yeah, it's been going good so far. I remember actually getting called to train when I was 15 as well. So I was training with the national team since I was like 15, and then I made my professional debut when I was 18, and then I made my competitive debut when I was 19. It was against Jamaica in Jamaica. I came on, played like 15 minutes. I was so nervous. It was good though, it was good. I came on, had some nice touches, played really well, played as a striker, and yeah, I enjoyed it. And my first competitive debut, I actually scored in it. So I came on for like 5 minutes, the last 5 minutes of the game, and scored the winning goal, and it was in a CONCACAF Nations League game. Yeah, it was one of the best feelings I've had in my life. When I was younger, I used to take a lot from different players. I think Messi and then Neymar were the two players that I would always look up to, like just watching football, because I was supported Barcelona when I was younger. And when I was like 15, like I started playing as like a cam, like a number 10. So I started watching like Dybala, and I wanted to be just like Dybala. I wanted to play like him, same left foot, same. I just wanted to move and play like him. So I think Dybala, I already did my research, see what it was all about, not Texas or whatever. And then I had a meeting with Coach Gall. John, he gave me a call. It was like everything I ever wanted. He just told me about everything. He was like talking about the new stadium, Mansfield, showing me how good it's gonna be, the environment, and I just fell in love immediately. And I knew that I wanted to be here. I wanted to like put my best foot forward for this opportunity, and I've been trying my best. I've been giving my best every day, so I just want to continue that. From the first day I came here, I was like, I just want to play well, play good. I want to score, I want to assist, I want to help the team in any way possible, So as of right now, my goal is just to help the team make playoffs and see how good we can do this season, see how far we can go, and I think we have a really good shot.
So my name is Edouard Nice. I'm from Belgium. I'm 21 years old, playing offensive midfielder for North Texas SC. Started playing for my hometown, Royal Dutini Sport. There's not a lot of people in my hometown. It's not really like a sport town or anything like that. It's just like a village, like a small village club. I played there for like 5 years. Yeah, that's where I started playing soccer. Coming from semi-pro back home, never won any trophy, never did anything, and then going to Northeast and just talking with the coach before joining them. He was talking about trophy, winning a national championship, and that's what I wanted. That's why I joined them. And the first year we lost in the semi-final, and we came up close, losing 0 games, losing 1 game, and it was the game in the semi-final. And then the year we came back, we won it also. First big trophy for the college as well, first national championship, and it meant a lot to me. Yeah.
FC Dallas selects number 306 Edouard Nice from University of Illinois.
No, it was crazy. I mean, I was sitting with my whole family on the couch in my house, and even my best friend from back home, and I just wanted to hear my name. Thought that was the moment for me, and it happened. So I was really happy. And one of my goals coming to America as well was getting drafted, as well as going Division 1, and just that happening was like surreal. I couldn't believe it in a sense, because going from hometown club, village, playing 6 years there, then playing semi-professional, you don't expect yourself 3 years later to get called in the MLS Super Draft and signing professional for FC Dallas. For this season, I would say, yeah, I want to be obviously the MVP of the league. That would be a good goal of mine. I mean, everything possible, like winning the Golden Boot, everything. Like But at the end of the day, I just want to win a trophy with North Texas. I know they won one in 2024, and I want to win one again. I want to give my teammates the best like effort from me on the field, and just like they can look up to me and be like, yeah, this guy is like trying his hardest, and we want to work for him at the same time, and just help the team winning trophies.
And North Texas had its ribbon-cutting ceremony and first official practice at the new Texas Health Mansfield Stadium. With a capacity over 7,000, Mansfield Stadium sits on a 250-acre stable entertainment district and was the FIFA World Cup base camp for Czechia last month. The stadium opens for soccer versus St. Louis this past weekend, and it was a fireworks show on July 4th as North Texas was victorious 3-0 over St. Louis in that matchup. So we welcome you back to Sandy, Utah. Real Monarchs 1, Vancouver Whitecaps 2-1 in this Western Conference matchup. This isn't the only matchup going on today or this weekend, as there's a full slate of games tomorrow. Huntsville City will take on Philadelphia Union 2. FC Cincinnati and Orlando. Orlando has worked their way up the Eastern Conference table, and Austin puts their winning streak on the line versus Minnesota United FC 2. Minnesota United making it all the way to the Western Conference Finals last year. And these two teams are almost ready for action as we are here rolling right along at halftime. We will take a break and be back for the second half between Real Monarchs and Vancouver. Almost ready for half number 2 between Vancouver Whitecaps and Real Monarchs. Both sides fighting.
probably like 25 seconds.
Five minutes gone in this second half. Vancouver and Real Monarchs dueling right now. Vancouver took the lead. Real Monarchs equalized. This ball is dumped over the top to Vancouver's goalkeeper, Sam Rogers. Rogers fires this along. And it finds its way to Max Kirkfleet. Anderson, a little tap back to Barea. Returns to Anderson. It was him versus Emmanuel Matei in the first half, and Matei won every battle. Now Omar Marquez had the late goal, which equalized versus LAFC. Ewalt, who had the game-tying goal today, can't get to it. Itticheria racing the other way. He'll win the race to this ball. Itticheria closed off for a moment, waiting for reinforcements. Yumatuji. He and Itticheria can't stay connected down this left side. That was good defending by Liam O'Gara. Itticheria beat him to the ball initially, but O'Gara did very well to stay in front of him. Popovich tries to pump this forward. Matei joining the attack on the underlap. He'll receive it. Emmanuel Matei sends the ball in. Lincoln Ream, a necessary intervention as that ball was working towards Daniel Itticheria. Now Ream fires it long. Brought down by Barea. Left for Riquelme. His shot is blocked. No true clearance. And then it's smashed wide. Jesus Barea coming in. You feel like he's got to score here. Just waiting to see what the celebration was going to be. And it is sprayed wide of the mark. So an early missed opportunity for Real Monarchs. You saw Ewalt was going for it, then he stepped back because it was on a plate for Barea to feast. This is dug out by Yumatuji. Emmanuel Matei touches into the attacking half. Trevor Wright, captain for the day. Garnett looks back to his goalkeeper, Sam Rogers. Almost 10 minutes of this half have come and gone. Vancouver and Real Monarchs still square at one apiece. Rogers lets this rip long. O'Gara, 79th overall pick in the 2025 draft. Played 2 years at Wake Forest. Now Marquez. Riquelme has Ream off his right side, finds him. Ream cuts in. Can't keep possession. Itticheria just not long enough to get to this. And Gio Calderon, he's not too pleased with that slide from Marko Popovic, the Serbian youth international. Back in his youth days, he was a youth international at the U16 level. 20 years of age now. Anderson. Matei closes it down. Itticheria picks it up, and he starts to prowl. Umatuji will keep possession for Vancouver. 4v5 right now for the Caps. Popovich, Itticheria hits the crossbar. And then there's a collision. For Umatuji, he just tried to squirt through. Popovich put it in front of Itticheria. And Daniel Itticheria, who's been in great form, has 3 goals in his last 3 matches. Could not make it 4-4. And now Luis Rivera is down. So the homegrown needing medical attention. So this portion of the match is brought to you by Zions Bank, the official bank of Real Monarchs. Both sides have had big-time chances to start this second half. Jesus Barea, a real chance inside the 18-yard box. A ball that was on a platter. All he had to do was curl it around Sam Rogers. But every coach will tell you the hardest part is putting the ball in the back of the net. For a player of Barea's caliber, the 19th overall pick in 2025 out of Missouri State, that's when he has to score. Similarly, a little more difficult for Daniel Itticheria, just at the penalty spot. But he hit the crossbar as Luis Rivera is back on his feet. Good to see. We saw a tough injury in the first half for Sahil Teo as his goalkeeper fell on his foot and he rolled his ankle. He was not able to continue. That required a sub, and this will require a sub as well as Luka Moisa will come on. So Omar Marquez comes on. Omar Marquez will come off for Moisa, and they will also make a substitution for Luis Rivera in Ruben Masales. So Masales and Moisa on, Rivera and Marquez off as we near the hour mark. Badwall, younger brother of Jeevan Badwall, who has matriculated his way from the Whitecaps Academy into the second team and now a first team player for Vancouver. Garnett, Daniel Itticheria trying to find a yard of space to shoot. He hits Calderon square in the stomach. Play has not been called off just yet. Matei, a slicing move to squiggle through. Luka Moisa trying to defend. Matei is corralled by 3 defenders, and now Calderon got back up because he thought he was going to have to defend, and then he immediately goes back down. So Gio Calderon, the captain, took one right into the midsection and needs an extra moment to regain his wind. So Calderon is back up, ready to continue. Not before another substitution will be made. Now, coming on is Ryder Sewell. And Manav Badwal will come off. So Sewell comes on with the goal scored. He just turned 17 on June 10th last month. Less than 30 minutes to play here in Sandy, Utah. It was Vancouver who struck first for the first time in 8 matches. They could not hold on to the lead. Riquelme has Ream once again joining the attack. Lincoln Ream washed by Micah Garnett. Badea. Amparo. Some space to play into. Now Ream. Lincoln Ream launches it across. It's long. So our referee, Robert Vince, going to trot all the way over to the corner flag to make sure that there are not 2 balls on the pitch. Little tap there. So if he wasn't already getting his cardio in, he's burning some extra calories there. Play resumes. Moisa wins that for Real Monarchs. On Anderson, now coming inside a bit. Works back outside. Perez ball. Now Anderson. Badea. Moisa plays it across. It's closed down. Now Anderson drops it off. Barea once again with a golden chance, but he played this one high. He was low and wide on his first. This one was elevated. And Jesus Barea, this one just gets off the crossbar as well. So you hear the call from Coach Lowry, keep going. These are great passages of play from Real Monarchs in this second half. Just have not had the finishing product just yet. Tuji. Good ball through now for Vancouver as they can play in transition. Daniel Echecheria still with it. Trying to set it up for Popovich, but it was too heavy, and it did take a touch. This portion of the match is presented by Intermountain Health, the power of we. 65th minute. And the tension starting to rise in Sandy, Utah. Vancouver on the ropes a bit after 2 real chances from Real Monarchs. Now in the attacking third are the Caps. Ball works back. Now along to Trevor Wright. Iticheria coming inside. Brought down by Lincoln Ream, and that's a foul. So a free kick upcoming. Yuma Tuji turned 18 on June 9th last month. The Canadian Youth International, who also was a part of the U17s for Canada at the World Cup. Been an academy product since 2022. 67th minute. Score knotted up at 1 apiece.
Are you talking about in the South Lawn, where we park?
Good ball in from Tuji, flicked along.
It was in the covered parking area.
And it's out off of Vancouver. It is Itacheria who got ahead to it, and it's just wide of the mark. And just as you thought that Real Monarchs were starting to grab hold of the momentum just like they had in the first half, Vancouver now putting in a good spell. This has been a back and forth match. In the first half, it was Real Monarchs who put in a good 5 minutes, and then Vancouver scored their goal. This is a bad giveaway. Matei. Garnett. Now a turnover and a chance to play in transition. Ewald slipped behind. This time, Barea misses the mark, but he was offside, so it would not have mattered. But if you're Jesus Barea, just seeing that one hit the back of the net, regardless of if it counted or not, potentially could have given him some confidence. But if you're a striker, you have to have a goldfish mentality. If you've missed a couple, have to forget about it and be ready to strike the next one. Rasic out wide. Now an early ball through behind Popovich. It'll find Itacheria. And Calderon defensively does well, but only as far as a substitute. This is spilled off to the left side. The shot from Ryder Sewell. Now another clearance, and this one will get the job done. Vancouver starting to find their footing in this second half. Neither side can grab hold to the momentum completely. It has been back and forth. Vancouver has lost to Real Monarchs twice already this season, but right now they're riding high with 2 wins in their last 3 matches. Real Monarchs are finally home after 3 matches on the road, losing to Tacoma, losing to Ventura County, and then finding a late equalizer versus LAFC. Owen Anderson hits the back of Ryder Sewell. Amparo. Anderson. Lincoln Ream drops off to Anderson, and this one is hit too high by Izzy Amparo. He has experience scoring versus Vancouver. Had a goal in the last time these 2 teams met, along with an assist, but has not had the Midas touch today. 20 minutes remain. Matei trying to shift into gear. He's brought down by behind. That is a foul. So you can tell when those thrusters start to go up for Emmanuel Matei. Didn't have to kick it into overdrive there. Foul was given, and the yellow card was shown to Ruben Masales. Played 4 years at Duke, did Masales, his second year with Real Monarchs. Vergara, Moisa lets it run a bit, turns it over, but then Carson Rassa couldn't hold on to it. So now Lincoln Ream, Antonio Riquelme, big switch as numbers are flooding into the attack for Real Monarchs. Barea, Moisa, Riquelme. And now a chance for Vancouver to come the other way. Moisa trying to win it back. Riquelme also there. But it's very mature from Vancouver. Lots of space. And now a chance for the Caps. Popovic. Itchecheria. Daniel Itchecheria stands this up. It's flicked behind. Just enough for a clearance. But now Sewell. Rasic. Up and down we go. Ewald just too far out in front of Barea. You can tell the frustration for Jesus Barea. This portion of the match is presented by America First, the official credit union of Real Salt Lake. America First has game-changing solutions for every financial need, so join the winning team today at americafirst.com. 74th minute. Vancouver scoring early. Real Monarchs scoring in the first half as well. Monarchs have had two great chances in this half. Jesus Barea could not finish either of them. Daniel Itchecheria hit the crossbar. So we're fractions away from a go-ahead goal for either side. Antonio Riquelme puts the brakes on. And Lincoln Ream in possession now. Amparo. Barea. And Owen Anderson. Real Monarchs very thin in regards to reinforcements. Only have 5 outfield players on the bench. They do have a goalkeeper, so there's 6 on the bench, but only 5 players can come in from the outfield, and they've already used 4 substitutions. Who on the field can make the difference for the home side? Barea. Amparo. Scurrying through the middle of the pitch. Now Moisa, Amparo, and Anderson. It was Moisa, Anderson, and Barea who all came together for those 2 chances. This is Anderson. Amparo around Umatuji. Barea will switch the point of attack to Ream. He doesn't want to attack Micah Barnett. So now, great ball through, controlled, but offside. That was perfectly picked out. But the run too early, and now we have a hydration break. So we're nearing the final stretch between Vancouver and Real Monarchs. Score right now, Vancouver 1, Real Monarchs 1. Early on, it was Vancouver who found the first goal. Yadier Zuluaga scoring for the Whitecaps. And then Felix Ewald had the equalizer, his second goal of the year. And so now as we get to the final stages of this match and both teams playing in transition, we'll see if Real Monarchs could finish one of their chances that they've created, or that they are creating in the attack for Vancouver on the road, trying to make it a result in 3 of their last 4. Would love to find a go-ahead goal on the road. It's Real Monarchs that have dropped points from winning positions in their last 2 matches. Do not want to drop any points at home in this match. So there is a substitution on the horizon. It will be Lionel Digero. He'll come on for Antonio Riquelme. Digero comes on in a big spot. Real Monarchs eating a goal. And play resumes. Digero will play on this right side. Felix Ewald will stay up front. Owen Anderson will play on the left wing, and Barrera will play under Ewald. And at this point of the match is when a mistake might be the difference. And so both teams want to play clean. Speaking of which, Digero doing the opposite of that. If he'd been in the game a little longer, it could have been a booking. That was his first challenge 2 minutes into the match. Matei keeps this in on the touchline, but his teammate could not on the entry pass. Barrera, Amparo, and now it was Calderon. Moisa. Good ball through to Barrera. A chance to attack. Digero's first touches. Digero. Nice curl on the ball, but just wide of the mark. So Lionel Digero hunting his shot immediately upon entry into the match. 81st minute. Both sides scoring in the first half. It's taken much longer for either side to score here in the second half. A goal now could be the difference. Vancouver preparing another substitution. This ball comes into Garnett. Micah Garnett to Popovich. Now Moisa back to his captain, Digero. Vancouver trying to put some pressure on. Real Monarchs very calm under that pressure.
Look at Stacy.
Digero trying to get on his horse, but that ball skips off the grass and out of play. So Micah Garnett prepares to send the ball back in on a one-year contract. Played at the University of Portland and St. John's. There is a foul. And now Tyler Brown is ready to come on. So Tyler Brown will come on for Kevin Pagorni. And Tyler Brown, MLS Next U16 MVP in 2024-2025. 33 goals that season. Was also MLS Next All-Star. He's a goal-scoring machine. That's why he's been brought on here late to find the go-ahead goal. Garnett fires this forward, just trying to get the ball out of harm's way. Rasic can't bring it down. DeGero commits the foul. Coaches and fans alike not too happy with that call. 84th minute. Things getting tighter here in Utah. Every decision, every touch of high importance. That is last off of Calderon. So a throw in for Vancouver. Micah Garnett. Marko Popovic finds Daniel Echecheria. Umatuji trying to stay afloat. And that's going to be a foul. So Trevor Wright could miss the foul. Excuse me, Tyler Brown could miss the foul. That breaks through two lines. And now Real Monarchs looking to build. This is DeGero. Lionel DeGero slips this behind, but Lincoln Ream cannot get to it. And that will run out. Whitecaps sitting on 17 points. All three would give them 20. Real Monarchs sitting in ninth on 23. That shows you just how close Vancouver is to getting into the playoff conversation. And this is when they would like to make a move at the middle part of the season. And then finish strong down the home stretch. 86th minute. Heider Zuluaga scoring the first goal of the day for Vancouver. Then Real Monarchs answered off the header by Felix Ewald. Gio Calderon cannot connect with Ewald, but he wins the ball. DeGero, plenty of pace to catch up to this. Now DeGero slips this central. Barea shot! Just whistles wide of the mark. Jesus Barea can't believe it. Just missing that upper corner. But what DeGero has added is pace down this right side. He has come up big, been electric when he's been on the ball. Now Tuji into Tyler Brown. Works back to Ryder Sewell. 87th minutes. Emmanuel Matei finds Tyler Brown. Moisa in trouble. And Popovich just trying to put one on frame. DeGero using that speed once again. And Lionel DeGero looking for options. Now Jesus Barea. Blocked away by Mate. Ruben Masales quickly into Jesus Barea. Owen Anderson. Moisa wins this. DeGero still with it. And a corner coming. Both Sam Rogers and Micah Garnett can't believe that a corner is coming for Real Monarchs. But again, Lionel DeGero doing something positive for Real Monarchs. Can it produce a goal? '89th minute. Knotted up at one apiece. And we'll have to wait for the corner as Ewalt and Garnett talking with our referee. Ball's lifted in. It'll drop. The shot is in! Jesus Barea finally finds his goal. And Real Monarchs take the lead. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Barea had how many opportunities, but we mentioned you have to have a goldfish mentality. You have to keep going. And that's one thing that Coach Mark Lowry says about his squad. They will not be outworked. And that blue-collar mentality, that stick-to-itiveness from Jesus Barea, the difference right now. As this is heart-wrenching for Vancouver after taking the lead, looking for their third win in 4 matches. They find themselves behind in the 90th minute. Take a look at this again. As this ball comes all the way out, Barea measures it, and this one is fired past Sam Rogers. It was from the same spot where he missed wide of the mark. He wasn't missing from there. No pressure on him, just had to pick his spot. And now all that's left is added time. No whistle, so play on, says the referee. Moisa. DeGero. A little tap around Garnett. And now Lionel DeGero swerving in possession. Owen Anderson controls. Owen Anderson's shot is just wide. Coach Lowry said he wants his team to be confident to find that third goal. Always wants numbers to come into the attack. Really feels this team could score in bunches. The situation might not call for that right now, but you can only play the way you know and the way you've been coached. A third goal would absolutely finish off this match. Vancouver hoping they can find at least a chance to equalize here in added time. Masales does well to keep possession. Sends the ball centrally to the game winner right now. And Barea, and now it pops out to Lincoln Ream. Space to saunter into. And this is how you manage a lead. Have to make the other team work. Gonzalez. Amparo. Calderon. And you can see Vancouver will have to chase. Anderson comes to pick this up to help out from the left wing. And Real Monarchs just killing this game right now. No pressure being put on. There's a little from Vancouver. Calderon into Barea. He can turn. He's held up by Rasic. They're just working it back, massaging this defense, trying to force them into a mistake. That's 3 minutes of our minimum of 6 have come and gone. As this is won by Ream. Owen Anderson loses possession. So this is the center back, Trevor Wright, into Ryder Sewell. Tyler Brown. Nice ball through to Trevor Wright. Now Ichicheria gliding. Stands this up. A little cheeky as he tried to fool Max Kirkfleet. And Izzy Amparo is down. Did kind of get held up. And so he is being stretched out by Micah Garnett. Amparo is now back up on his feet. Four minutes of our minimum of 6 have come and gone. Amparo will come off. And Dylan Kropp will come on. We'll see if the referee will add on to this time, that injury time there, and the time for the substitution. And as we say that, there is a collision of heads, and the training staff has been called on again. So both players are back up quickly. They'll be able to stay on. And they'll run through the protocols really quickly as we have ventured into our final minute of added time. So Ewald was down, along with Charlie Rogers and Trevor Wright. So Trevor Wright is back up. You see him going through the necessary fitness tests to rejoin the field of play. Same as Ewald. So right now, 10v10. Drop ball. Players have been added back on. Ball is launched into the box. And that's tapped over. Charlie Rogers put it on frame, and Kirkfleet had to punch it over the crossbar. And so we played our minimum of 6. We're into the 7th minute of added time. But with the injury, maybe 1 or 2 more minutes. So a chance for Vancouver to steal some points at the death, just as Real Monarchs did to LAFC last match. It is Tuji to take the corner. And still we wait as the tension continues to build. Tuji just wants to take this corner as we near our 9th minute of added time. Real Monarchs in front by a goal. Ball sent in, headed away, controlled by Sewell. De Gera with the header. Sam Rogers pumps it back inside the 18, headed high. Popovich goes down, but it's a foul on Vancouver. Popovich gets to his feet. And Real Monarchs might have gotten the job done. All depends on the referee now, Robert Vince. This ball is sent away. There is the final whistle, and Real Monarchs come from behind to win at home. They were down by a goal, but they scored 2 unanswered, and they are victorious thanks to Jesus Barea. 4th goal of the season for Barea, and he is your man of the match, presented by Adidas. Had so many chances in this match, but he's in the right spot at the right time. And this opportunity dropped to him so kindly. He took it so sweetly. And in the 89th minute, Jesus Pereira finds the go-ahead goal and the winner for Real Monarchs. The final, once again, Real Monarchs 2 and Vancouver Whitecaps 1. Thank you so much for tuning into this matchup in the Western Conference. You can watch MLS Next Pro all season long on OneFootball.com and MLS Next Pro with my fantastic OneFootball crew. My name is James Hadnot, saying so long from Sandy, Utah, and have a blessed evening.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.